I did not copy and paste our order, and I know everyone's gonna be like, "What am I doing?"
I'm here for the chaos.
Here you go. I put it here. Okay.
Thank you.
So, welcome to Tabletop Tiddies, a queer and feminist live TTRPG actual play show run entirely by people of marginalized genders. My name is Charlene Bear, and I'll be your dungeon goddess this evening. My pronouns are she, they, and you can call me Char. Tonight, we are doing our Halloween party. So we're dressed up in onesies and other costumes. So please, everyone, while you do your introductions, please show off your debonair outfit that you are wearing. And tonight's going to be our 10th episode, so our halfway mark of our D&D show, Forgotten Guardians. Before we get into the episode, I do want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the United States, countries who have and continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and I acknowledge that I'm recording this episode on the stolen lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh peoples, the Coast Salish First Nations. And I encourage everyone to share their lands when they introduce themselves as well. And of course, Paresh M. Thank you so much, our Patreon producer. We love you. We appreciate you. You were here for our whole charity event, and you donated to our charity event. And it's just nice that you're always here, making us feel great. My explorer players are ready to go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her. I'm dressed up like a cat, if you couldn't tell. And today I am streaming from the territories of the Semiahmoo, Katzie, Coquitlam, Kwantlen, Kakate, and Tawasin First Nations. And I will be back here playing Noxx Zaros once again, pronouns he, him, and he is the lovely, gorgeous, swashbuckler rogue / warlock.
Heck yeah. Hello. That's me. My name is Katrina. You can call me Kat. I use any pronoun, and I'm currently streaming from the lands of the Musqueam, the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, Coast Salish First Nations people. And tonight, I am back playing our hot lady, Hestia, our sorcerer / paladin. And I'm giving very midsummer energy tonight.
Yes. Hello, my name is Sara Mayfield. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing on the Stolomatskwi, Sumas, and Kwantlen First Nations, as well as the Noxx Indian tribe. And today, I'm dressed up as as TARDIS. So I can just go back in time and pretend that never happened.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Can't cross your own timeline, Sarah.
Fudge. So I'm playing Acacius of the Brae, and they is a Way of the Ancient Satyr.
Hello, my name is Kelly, and my pronouns are they, them, and I am playing from the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations lands, and I am a bat. You can barely see the wing. Squee, squaw. I'm using my screams to tell where I am. And as of leveling up last time, Florence Chance, our creepy wine aunt, is now a bard. And that's it.
Oh my god.
Thought you were gonna.
On the end, every time.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
And her pronouns remain she, her.
Osio, I am CasperDaNBGhost. I dressed up as my true self this evening, and I think my phone is going off. Sorry. I am on the Muskogee and Cherokee stolen lands, and my pronouns are they, them. I am playing Waverly, whose pronouns is tired. And yeah, we're here and we're ready. Go exploring, save the world. I'll be right back.
Which brings us to Sirenscape. We're going to be playing some music during this episode, and it is lovely because it makes it more atmospheric, and we use Sirenscape to do that. And also, perhaps, and by perhaps I mean most definitely, there will be songs from the new Critical Role albums Welcome to Tal'Dorei and Welcome to Wildmount, which are available on all streaming platforms.
Me
I
first?
pass it. Let's give it to you, Kat, for the last Elderwood ad.
Oh, okay. We love
this.
Elderwood's Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming. I can do this. And we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear, including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers. Wow, look at that. Ready. They're all ready. Thank you so much. And other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received, can you guess? Amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD Academy.com. Elderwood Academy.
Oh, so sad, so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Who wants to tell people to subscribe to us?
I can. I got it open.
Go, Sara.
If you are watching us live on Twitch right now, we want to take a moment to tell you to support the show by subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch sub a month. And we'd love it if you'd consider using that on us. So it's here, twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies. That's the only place to watch our show live with I don't know why I'm like, with other members of the Tiddy Committee. And by subscribing, you not only support the show, but gain access to like really cool emotes like our Sexy Bite Me, Glorious Marge, or our brand new Horny Jail emotes. And you can even gift subscriptions to other members of the Tiddy Committee to spread the love. So support our show and subscribe today, right now, or whenever you're watching this at twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies.
And just like that, like 3 people subscribed.
Heck yeah. Let's
Hey!
go.
Thank you. We got big titties. They need a lift, and you can do that by subscribing.
Can't say that I'm about to take a drink. You can't do that.
We also feature content warnings on all of our episodes, just in case there's something that pops up that you're feeling not good about. And today, I will say that the content warnings are skeletons. And I didn't do this ahead of time. I think that's it. Skeletons, beware!
Is that why you dressed up as a skeleton?
Like, it was me.
It was Char the entire time.
They are the trigger warning.
Yes. All right. Without further ado, let's dive into episode 10 of Tabletop Tiddies, Forgotten Guardians. Last time on Tabletop Tiddies, the Forgotten Guardians barely scraped their way out of a dragon fight. Noxx took a particular interest in ensuring some kids got to safety. Florence struggled with her ghostly luck, and the group was left worrying about Dan and her home. Suddenly, the party shared flashes of a vision from Marge, seeming to depict the cause of the failure in sending and teleportation magic. Something falling from the sky into what Waverly knew was the Wicked Thicket. Noxx heard Marge's voice as clear as day, saying, "We're running out of time. Take it back to the stars." Acacius gathered the party, who borrowed some valiant steeds before heading off to Waverly's hidey hole, which, let's face it, was not very well received by the group. It was here, as everyone settled down for the night, that Hestia and Florence shared a private moment outside. Florence shared her family's tale of luck and worried that her luck may soon be running out. Hestia pledged that the group would make better plans in the future so that she wouldn't have to rely on her luck to make it out of the next battle alive. And the two of you returned to your beds. Everyone had a blissful night of sleep and awoke the next morning. And I believe we're going to start off with Florence. As you awake, what's running through your mind in this moment?
So as I wake up, I
Also, feel free to share what you earned from your level up.
I got bardier, so much more bard. I think during Florence's sleep, having told somebody now about the card case, feels more stories need to be gathered for it. Almost like a tug from the case itself, that it is in need of more collection. Something that I will probably have to do at some point. But I am very concerned that we are being sent after another MacGuffin after we had been just sent after another MacGuffin before. And so I really want to know what this thing that fell from the sky actually is. Because I don't necessarily trust this Marge. The only information I have about her is from Steve, and Steve didn't really know much about her. So I want information about what this thing is. So after I get up and I tidy my clothes off from the dirt and reapply my makeup,
Of course.
I'm actually going to sit in front of this strange rectangle that Waverly has set up on their wall with like Call of Duty written on it, and I don't know, it seems weird. And I'm going to open the card case I'm assuming there's a coffee table, and just like look into the like Venta Black nothingness on the one side, and I'm going to think of this stone that had fallen from the sky that we are being sent after, and try to recite the description of it. Some sort of white stone describing the area, and as best I can recall the information that I know about it. And I'm going to reach in and try to draw a card representing the stone while I cast Legend Lore.
I'm just seeking. I'm looking at the spell. I think there's no roll or anything, right?
No, if I describe it, the more
Well
I
enough.
know about it, the more precise the information I get is. Otherwise, the fact that they're basically tarot cards is very apt, because the information can probably be very vague. I don't know what the name of it is, so.
Okay. So as you reach in to your deck and you're staring into this black void, you do pull a card. You pull a skull. A white skull emerges. And as you do, the void from the case of your tarot deck begins to emanate almost like a sulfur-like smell. Black smoke billows out from it and starts rising up in front of you, between you and this area of this rectangle on the wall. And everyone who's awake at this point can see this. And the smoke begins to form a shape in front of you of a being, a humanoid being with large feathered wings. And as the smoke dances in front of you, you almost lose yourself, Florence, in this moment. Your jaw opens as you relax. Your eyes cover into a blackness that is unusual for you. And a voice comes out, and I'm going to show you via Zoom what emerges from your own voice.
You want me to read this?
Yeah.
In ancient days of flight and grace, Acadi soared through boundless space, goddess of air and skies so vast. In battles fierce her fate was cast. 40 years and shadows dark, a wizard's spell, a vengeful mark. She fell from heavens, the sky's embrace. Her body shattered, a celestial chase. But her soul, a gem of light, hidden in Wicked Thicket's night, Bring her back to the stars, we beseech, at Temple High, where heavens meet. To restore the powers that you seek, return her soul to the fabled peak.
And as you finish reciting this, your eyes return to themselves, and you can see this smoky, ethereal vision before you of Akadi, the goddess of what you know to be air, travel, sky. And you realize that it was her that fell.
I will return the card, just sort of like flip it in my hand and then return it to the case and shut it.
Okay.
And then, is everybody else awake, having just watched me now?
Acacius is like in the corner, like slowly sipping tea, and it's like,
Yeah, Hestia was on that morning grind, doing a couple of stretches, maybe some like some nearby boulders that, of course, is probably in this nice Airbnb we're in, just doing some curls and just like, this doesn't even feel. This is probably just something that Florence does, just talking, just
this
summoning.
is not something Florence does.
I feel like Noxx was not awake until you started speaking and then woke up. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I Waverly left to try it and like I go get like a breakfast or something because they were just tired of hearing you bitch about their little home. It's like, you know
Fair,
what?
fair.
I'm gonna come back and show them.
To be fair, I was saying it behind your back.
I have wolf hearing, dude.
Lest we forget.
Well, it appears that we're being sent to retrieve a goddess, and that we have to return her. To...
Is it a good goddess? Like, I woke up halfway through your thing. I missed some of it, so.
Ambivalent. Air and sky generally seems to be indifferent to the going-ons of people.
Okay, so like not
Not
out
the
to get us or
not the
anything.
goddess of wealth or the goddess of good times. No, just air,
Just,
wind.
you know, stuff we need to live. But yeah, okay. Well, I guess she's important.
Highest peak. Do we know of a place in this area that
Temple Peak.
Waverly maybe?
Waverly's not here.
Yeah.
Can I use
Oh,
my history?
I think we pissed Waves off.
Yeah. That's fair.
Can I roll history to see if I know of what fabled peak near Wicked Thicket that it might be referring to?
Sure.
Da 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 da. 19.
Oh.
Aha! Yes, you do know, because that is what it's called. The Fabled Peak
Oh.
is
my God.
right next to Wicked Thicket. It's between Mount Port and Wicked Thicket, which is in like the northeast corner of your map. It's like a mountainous mountain range, and the highest peak is called Fabled Peak.
I
I've
am really glad we
deciphered.
did not ask Waves that because they would have made fun of us for not just reading
Yeah.
the map right away.
Yeah.
We will not tell them about this.
Tell me about what?
No,
Oh.
hey buddy, how you
Hey,
doing?
Waverly, would you like some
Waverly.
tea?
No, but I leave for a second and come back with like a tray of. It's actually pretty decent food, but it's mostly like stuff that you can find in it. It's just I caught a deer, all right, and
God.
this yeah,
Oh.
it's cooked, y'all.
Acacius, it's okay. It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
I'm fine with deer.
Okay. Just don't look at the horns,
That
all right?
fucking
Like,
goat.
Oh,
There's-
I remember them. Oh.
All right, yeah. Well, I made y'all breakfast, so
thanks,
enjoy.
man. That's awesome.
Yes.
Is it seasoned? Out of character.
Yes.
Out of character.
Is it season?
Is it seasoned?
With
Waverly season?
Waverly is a person of color. Yes, they would season their food.
All right.
Yo.
Perfect.
When I came to this world, I had Tony's in my bag.
You're used
I
to like
love that.
North American seasoning too. When you get into the forest and everything is
Like,
just
yeah.
like,
Oh,
if you
fuck
want
is this?
salt, you gotta find it.
But yeah, so everything's seasoned with the last of my Tonys. My Tonys was on this last leg.
Damn.
And yeah, it's like I learned how to dress everything since I've been out in the woods. So just like, all right, but you're not gonna tell me about what I missed.
It appears that the thing we're after, that Marge has sent us for, is a goddess, and we must return her to Fabled Peak, which we all know where that is.
We all knew that.
We all
Yeah,
knew
that's the classic
instantly.
Fabled
Yes.
Peak.
Classic
Uh-huh.
Fabled Peak, northeast of the thicket. We
Read fables about it.
Can't miss it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The name.
I'm so
In
glad
the
you guys
name.
can read a map. I'm so proud of all of you.
I told
Um,
you. I
you
told you
say-
they were gonna do this.
Did you say goddess, like we're like like an actual goddess? Because what?
Yeah.
Yes. I'd assumed it was potentially an ASMR, but full-on goddess, it seems. So, that's good.
We're in some deep shit.
Yeah, Florence's eyes got black and like spewed poetry. It was.
Is that
actually-
why my place smells like sulfur? Is like because I seriously thought one of you farted or something.
Yes. It should cover the mildew and mud smell.
Okay.
I thought, you know what? I thought
You know what,
the place is
Florence? I
great.
went out of my
Smells
way
good.
to make you breakfast, so I'm just
No,
all right.
no.
I'm like eating
we
it.
are
I'm
very
like, it tastes
grateful.
so good.
Tastes
Mm.
so good.
Yes, thank you for your hospitality.
I'll just all right. Whatever.
So is our plan for the day to go to this thicket and
Where-
to find just a rock, like this gem, or
Yeah, I mean, like we all clearly saw it, right?
Mhm.
We're all just eating.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. Yes.
yeah. I feel like it should be if she like fell from the sky, like there should be enough thing. It says her, like you said, her body shattered, so it couldn't have been like just
From the
a
poem,
little-
I heard like their soul is what's left, like in this gem. So like
yeah.
the body's not a thing right now.
Yeah.
Plus, like, do gods really need bodies? They can just like go wherever they want, right? Like they probably need their soul more than any specific physical being.
And
I don't know.
we're supposed
Soul
to
is the most
return her-
important
Are we
part.
just gonna huck her into the sky? Slap her to
No,
a
we
rocket?
gotta take
what?
her to the peak, and then I think it'll be straightforward.
And then you know what? Stars are not that far from the peak. I
No.
bet we can figure it out from there, right?
Hestia and we're both pretty strong. We can just throw it.
I feel like getting the gem is the most important step here. And then I'm hoping the path will be clearer. I know we want to make plans ahead of time though, because we really need to focus up. But this
Okay.
seems like the path we're supposed to go on.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Do we last know where they were? The thicket's kind of huge, and I gesture to the thicket on the map, which is like it's huge.
And then
Let's
It's like-
recall what we saw in the vision. Are there any
Yeah.
specific landmarks that were in this vision besides the gem itself?
Yes, I'm not gonna make you roll for that because it was was
Yeah.
featured in the vision that all of you saw,
Yeah.
which was that it was a circle of brightly red colored trees.
That's right.
Ooh,
A circle of
Would-
the trees.
yeah,
around
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Would I recognize that? Sure.
I think you would, Waverly. You've basically, because this area is where not only your home, but you've worked here for several years, for several decades. I would say that you're aware of this particular clearing, or at least where these trees are usually.
All right. Do I also know of any potential dangers that I would like warn the group about?
Yeah, you would. The Wicked Thicket is, I mean, it's got its name for a reason, so it's not the best place to go if you don't have a guide. Luckily, you know your way around. Particular dangers, I mean, it hasn't stopped raining. The Wicked Thickets tends to get a little bit marshy when it rains this heavily, so it's going to be some difficult terrain for you to get across. And there are a number of beasts and other critters that you could encounter. So less so humanoid dangers and more so, you're out in the wilderness.
Okay. So, I'm just, yeah. All right. Well, I know where we gotta go. I know that area. Hestia, gonna give you a heads up. It's gonna get rainy. And yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And Florence, there are bugs. So yeah.
I also don't like bugs, so thank you also for the heads up, but I'm sure I'll manage. Thank you very much for your concern. I brush my hair.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a pretty boy.
Bugs are a natural part of the ecosystem, and
They're gross.
You can have.
We've
You're
talked
welcome.
about
You're
this.
welcome to the bugs, then, Acacius, if you want.
You can.
okay. I will befriend all of the bugs.
Right. You can certainly try. Just stay close. And yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna get really sticky, muddy. It's a trek, y'all.
Do we think
Oh.
that the implication that it is a goddess's soul means that she is dead?
I think maybe
Do
the
gods die?
the vibe I got from the vision plus the poem means maybe her soul is encased in this gem or something. And we're returning it to where she comes from, and then she'll be good. I don't know. I mean, I've not dealt with gods before.
I could
So-
prepare a spell that would allow me to speak with the dead if it were to come in handy.
Did you get the vibe? I mean, you did the poem. What vibe did you get from that? I don't know.
It may be better to have it and not need it. So,
Yeah. I mean,
well-
we could find other dead things you could talk to, I guess, too. It's not like it's impossible in times like this.
I mean, it is the Wicked Thicket.
In that case,
Sorry.
I'm going to
Find
over the
dead
next
things.
hour, I'm going to conduct basically a what's it called? Seance, which is something that I do all the time because it helps me get different spells. So I'm just going to be communicating with the spirits that died recently in the dragon battle, and through their collective will, I will harness the ability to speak with dead as a spell.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna force some warm tea on Noxx, Florence, and Waverly,
Oh, thanks.
and in doing so, imbue it with a little bit of love. And you, by casting Aid, so you get an extra 5 HP.
Nice. I immediately asked you
yeah.
if there's bugs in this because of how hostile you got when I
No,
said
it's
bugs
actually
were gross.
it's actually got some citronella in it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it'll repel the bugs. Sorry, Hestia, I only
Sick.
had enough for 3 cups.
How many temp HP?
I like bugs.
5?
It's fine.
It increases your hit point max by 5.
Nice.
Yeah. So, shall we venture forth into the mud?
Oh yeah, I should pack up my stuff. I'm gonna go and
Yeah.
grab my pillow and all my things and
I keep a
Well-
close eye on Noxx to make sure that they don't take any of like the pictures off my walls or any of those stories.
Oh, I would never.
I
I would
was
never.
just eyeballing you, buddy.
Yeah, I grab all of my things, and I guess I suddenly find a note under my pillow as per DM. I was like, what is this? Whoa!
Oh no, my message is too long. How dare you, Zoom?
Oh, boy.
Two-parter.
Oh my god.
It's the front and then the back.
Yeah.
CONT dot.
Hold on. You just see Noxx is like deep in like reading this fucking piece of paper that was crumpled under his. He looks very confused. Like, what the fuck? Yo, Marge left me a goddamn letter. How did this? How? She's not here. She's not here.
Is she the tooth fairy?
I don't know, man. Ugh.
I totally forgot this world had a tooth fairy. Did I start that rumor?
She is a
What?
very terrifying fey creature that demands sacrifices of teeth in return for favors.
Yeah, I heard she's pretty fucked up, honestly.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
no,
I know a
our
guy who's had dealings. It's kind of messed up. I feel really bad for him.
tooth fairy is different.
Anyways, I will read this out to the audience and in turn also tell the party what is going on. I'm not gonna do the voice. I'm sorry because I literally can't do it. I'm sick. It's not happening.
Read it in Nox's voice.
Yeah, I'm like, Noxx, I hope this letter finds you in good health and spirits. Well, we almost fucking died, so I guess whatever. Time is of the essence, and I felt compelled to reach out to you regarding the vision you experienced recently. Following its guidance is paramount, as it holds the potential to give us a significant advantage in our mission to save the world. Returning Akkadi's soul to the fabled peak will return great powers, teleportation, the ability to traverse great distances instantly, and will prove invaluable in our endeavors. To aid you in this, I have channeled additional resources into fueling your existing abilities. Yeah, let's go. Enhancing your skills. I'm like kind of getting a little smug while reading it. I'm like, okay. I trust they are to your satisfaction. We'll see about that. We'll see. The urgency of our situation cannot be overstated. We are running out of time, and every advantage we can muster will be crucial in ensuring the world's survival. Okay, no pressure. Your dedication and resilience have always been commendable. Oh, well. I have faith that you will rise to the occasion. Oh, thank you so much.
Just read it, Noxx.
Sorry,
please.
I'm sorry. We must prevail, and I believe that with your newfound abilities and these allies, we are one step closer to achieving our goal. I know you can do this. You don't need me to hold you. Wow, fuck. Okay, chill. I'm gonna stay vigilant. The fate of the world rests in the hands of the Forgotten Guardians. Marge, and there's like a little drawing of like a ritual dance down here. Like she did some weird doodles. I don't know. Like I don't know if this is some joke or whatever, or if this is actually a ritual we need to remember. So I'm gonna pass it around so y'all can read it. Don't worry about that last bit. She doesn't hold my hand. She doesn't hold my hand. I know how to do things myself.
Well, I'm so glad I harnessed my most powerful spell this morning, and your mother gave you the name of the goddess we're
She's
looking
not
for.
my mom. She's not my mom. But anyways, yeah, this cool, I guess.
As Noxx was, like started reading the paper, can I send like I'm gonna send Katrina ahead to like kind of clear a path to make it easier for
Just
everyone
make us some
else who's not-
statues along the way.
Yeah.
kind of clear a path. She's only got 20 feet of she's got 20 feet of movement, so or she can. I don't know what the rule is.
Well, however long I was boasting at every paragraph, don't
Yeah.
phrase which nice thing
Yeah.
she said. I'm sure she
Just
got
cor-
at least like a couple of those.
Karina's just gone right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with the
Horses
party.
outside all did not appreciate her leaving the party. They were bonding. She does. She sort of like flops on her belly and starts army crawling through the mud
Wow.
Nice path for you guys to have an easy start.
I like to imagine that Florence only brought 2 outfits. The one that she normally wears, and then like a full-on equestrian outfit for riding horse. So she's got the long black boots, wine-colored like equestrian pants, and the like tight buttoned equestrian top, but still has sort of like a cape. There's a little half cape.
Nice.
And the hat, of
Nice.
course.
Very cool.
Hestia, as all of this is happening, what's going through your mind? What's your newfound ability that you've channeled within yourself over this long rest?
I think after the conversation last night and then setting traps, I think for sure there was a late night workout that needed to happen. Mostly out of like, it's been a while, I think, but also from sheer fear of the day previous that had transpired. But along with that, I think like the sheer will of wanting to be stronger for her allies. She through her late night workout, her morning workout, and a good night's rest, awakens and is a much stronger in muscles than the night previous. But I would say also in maybe stronger in confidence as well.
I would say that you're definitely stronger in confidence, because what I got during my level up was aura of courage. So if while I'm conscious, me and all friendly creatures within 10 feet can't be frightened. So
Ooh.
nothing scares you when you're around your bro.
Very cool. Very cool. I feel confident about what we can do now. I feel like this has been, even though it's terrifying, I feel like we're on the right path.
Cool. Let's hit it then.
All right.
You all pack up your stuff and venture forth, heading on your steeds, your various steeds that you selected from the previous stable. And with a path leading the way, Waverly, you do not have a mount at this point.
That's
You
fine.
sent her ahead.
Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm gonna shift into a giant freaking wolf and track my steed. Let's go.
And you begin, you give chase to search for Katrina. It's not long before you find her, as she was being very diligent in her path making. It takes you about 2 minutes. She got farther than you would have expected with the time that was between each of these. And you're able to mount her. And it's at this point now that there is no more straight path, and we're going to be relying on your survival skills as you head out into the Wicked Thicket. Waverly, I've mentioned this in the past, but just in case, since you've spent so much time in this area, your whole being just feels at home here. So all survival, nature, and perception checks that you make while in the Wicked Thicket can be made at advantage.
No.
Yes. I can't double up my advantage and be like, yo, I'm gonna use my perception.
I can give you
no.
guidance. Hey, hey, Waverly.
Yes?
Considering this is your very back door, I have full faith that you will lead us in the right direction and get us away from these mosquitoes.
Yeah. Thank you. I will do that.
At a D4.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna just do this first one and big boy. Oh, natural 20.
Ooh!
Oh.
Plus a D4.
Yeah.
That's me D4.
Wow. So yeah, then even without
22.
Karina's path. Oh, a nat 20 is a nat 20. There's no
Yeah.
like, but what's the total? You're good, my dude. Even without Karina's path now ahead of you, you're able to help lead the party through the areas of this thicket that have less of a steep mud, and you're able to actually travel at regular speed, which is going to save you quite a lot of time in your journeys. That being said, the area of the Red Forest is still quite a ways away. You think you have about an hour or two before you'll get there on horseback / basilisk back.
Yeah, so as I'm like riding ahead with Karina, I'm just shouting out direct, well, not really shouting, but like, yeah, no, I'm shouting. I don't care. I have Rudolph out front to like make sure like no enemies are coming. But as I'm shouting the like directions, like, all right, guys, watch out for this pothole over here. There's quicksand over here. Low branch. As we move along.
Oh, yes, that was a low branch.
And as you're heading through the Wicked Thicket with Waverly's expertise guiding you, what could have been quite a treacherous journey is not made mundane, but definitely made easier. And you're left with an ability to spend this hour together as you traverse the area. Is there anything that you want to share with the group or discuss or do as you're riding on horseback?
I think, I don't know if anybody else will notice, but I think Hestia will be making, even if she doesn't mean to, but will be sticking closer to Florence than maybe you have seen before. But in her mind, she's made the decision, has a feeling that maybe Florence will approach the subject if they would like to.
I'm gonna roll an insight because I historically have terrible insight. Just strangely, I got a 15. I think after a while, Florence is definitely like one hand on the rein, very straight backed, occasionally casting prestidigitation to try to like push bugs away. And we'll look over at Hestia. You have something? You did you want to talk?
No. Why?
You're usually either in the front or the back to defend us on the flank.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. I'm not, of course, not under the assumption that you can't handle yourself, but I think maybe after last night's conversation, I'm just wanting
to make sure that I don't have to use my reservoir of luck anymore.
Yes.
That is not unappreciated.
Just consider me a knight. It's nothing
a knight then.
odd. I just, it's part of a service. I know things now, and
so you
I
wish
can't
for
help
payment then?
No, what? What do you have? No, I don't need anything.
Would you like a story, perhaps?
A story. I guess we've got a ways to go. I wouldn't mind that.
What flavor? Romance, perhaps adventure, stories of beautiful Eladrin elves or shifting monks.
Do you
Or
have
maybe-
anything that isn't terrifying?
Huh.
The pause is so long.
nah, all my stories are spooky.
Have you-
like?
Have I told you of a barbarian that Steve had adventured with a long time ago?
No, I don't think so.
I believe I told you of Dan, but there was another. Her name was Borba, a half-orc. She fought in the trials along with Steve and a few others. Quite fetching, a Baybarian, as several of her friends referred to her as. But a dark history of treachery relating to her family. Her brother turned on her and caused quite a bit of hardship through the trial and through most of her life. There is rumor that there was a moment of redemption. Her brother was possessed or made a pact with a very selfish and greedy god, the one that ran the trials. Died several times and brought back, and Borba died as well, came back. A lot of death and resurrection in their stories. But the last I had heard of any tale regarding them, he may have found a new patron. And Borba may have had a bit of closure upon that chapter, or the beginning of the last chapters. I'm running out of stories. And I fear that whatever has gifted me this curse needs more. The stories I tell you are not of my bloodline, but I fear that I will need to retrieve more of my own stories soon.
Well, I think that one was my favorite yet. Mostly because it was not scary, but also...
Oh, there were scary parts. Do you want me to include the extras?
No! No. That's all right. But we are, not to be silly or overly optimistic, but we are potentially helping a goddess.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes. Do you worship any deities?
No. I think time is better served strengthening your wills in other ways.
So your oath is more to a strength?
Sure.
All right. I also believe that one has their own control over their destiny. To a point. I don't know if a god will be able to help. But
I'm assuming
optimism?
you wanted our conversation to stay between us.
Yes. That would... You did make a big deal about honesty, though.
Yes.
Are you comfortable keeping it between us?
I believe that I will keep the secret for you. And I don't think you are going to be... Again, maybe I am silly or blissfully optimistic, but I feel like this will not impact the party. like Hestia's way of being like, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. We can do anything, so this is probably gonna be fine.
I sort of like straightens up a bit more. I find strength in your confidence.
Good. Then I will continue to be by your side.
And I will begin begin casting prestidigitation to ensure that our area is warmer than the rest of the areas.
Oh, nice. Less
Cute.
rain. Thank God.
Taking care of your BFF.
Yeah. With the rain, you can see like little sizzle marks. Yeah.
That's not the only reason it's steaming. And the camera cuts to another steamy scene. Not to put words in your mouth. Acacius and Noxx, what are you talking about as you're up ahead?
Oh, Acacius is just like, remember? Like, I don't think I've ever met a goddess, but I met that one chick that was almost like a goddess. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Totally.
my god.
Yeah.
She was flexible.
Yep. That was something. Hey, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you ever like, I don't know, do you ever tire of doing the stuff we do? I don't know. It's been a lot lately, and I've been kind of thinking about our lifestyle.
I mean, I figured at some point it would, like, okay, wait, which, like, are we talking about this, like, traveling around saving the world lifestyle?
Well,
or are we
I mean
talking
that
about...
obviously that will be very exhausting. By the end of all of this, I'm sure I'm gonna want to take like a fucking 20-year nap.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like just being the horny boys, you know? It's like it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. Just
yeah.
like
But I just don't I don't see how we cannot be the horny boys if we're traveling around all the time, you know? Like how can we have art? Is this your way of telling me that like you and this Marge lady that you're seeing in your dreams?
whoa,
like, is this a thing?
what the fuck, man? No.
I don't know. You're talking about her all the time.
I mean, she's kind of guiding us on this journey. I'm not. No offense, ma'am. No offense. I'm not like in her or anything.
Okay.
Not like that. Like that's just like she's helping us out. She's kind of like a guide, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. There's been a couple things that have happened that have been kind of putting some shit in perspective for me, you know? And I don't know. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm not like super proud of. And I don't know, just being in Redmont and seeing all those people getting hurt and seeing those kids almost die, I was just like, there's got to be more to this than just being horny boys, you know?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm making an impact somehow. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not making an impact.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Just, I don't know.
I mean, my thing is, I'm just like, I think my first is always gonna be my family, right? Like when I was there and I was seeing all those people running away in fear, I just kept thinking of like my mom and like my brother and my sisters, and I just like I was scared for them, but like I don't know if I ever need to bring another person into that, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, same, totally. I mean, I wish I had people like a family to like worry about.
You got me.
I mean, yeah, I do, but I'm not like worried about you. You got this, right? Like I kind of give you like our horses are like side by side. I give you a little like, aggressive slap on the back. I'm like, you got this, bro.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah, I don't know. You're lucky that you have people that are that you have. You're lucky you have people back home to like stress about, I guess. I get like a little shifty about that,
Yeah.
but like, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, at a certain time, like I want little satlings one day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. you can
Well,
you can see
yeah.
the
Little Papa
yeah.
Acacius over here. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can see it. I don't know if I see it for me, but you see me as a dad, I think I'd fuck everything up. Like,
I mean, me
Jesus.
too. But like, I feel like that's part of it. And it's just like one day, and I'll probably be there. I'll probably be ready. I mean, I'm. Chuck keeps sending me fucking messages in the chat. Alright. Hold. Oh, that was good. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, like, I think you'll be ready one day too, and I'll be
Yeah.
there to help if you ever get there, or if you accidentally get there, I'll be there. I'm there for you. I'm and then you see that like he stops his horse and like turns over and looks at you in the eyes like, he like reaches over and stops your horse too.
Whoa.
The whole parade gets stopped.
Jesus.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Oh, are we at the front? Jesus, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Except for Waverly, who just keeps going.
Yeah.
You guys, go around us.
Yeah.
Apparently this is a
We're having
moment. I'm sorry.
We're having a moment.
Okay.
I got you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
If anything, I'm here for you. You know.
Yeah, man.
And
He gets very internal for a second. Like looks down, looks back up at you, and is like, "Thanks, bro. Thanks."
Yeah. I mean, like, do you want to talk about like our dreams for what happens when this is all over, or
I mean, I think we should probably focus on like getting out of this first before we start making
You're right,
dreams
you're right.
and
We
shit,
can't,
right?
like, one day at a time.
Yeah.
If we build up hopes, they'll get dashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I could get my own goddess, you know, like I could go for like a real goddess. If you know what I mean.
You know what?
A
You
goddess.
deserve all the goddesses,
Yeah.
man. You deserve all of them. All at once, even.
Oh, we're not gonna dream that high.
All right, we should probably. They're like really far away now. We should probably get going.
Speaking of being really far away, the camera then cuts to Waverly, who was at the head of the pack, so wasn't slowed down at all by your slight, not detour, but,
No.
slowing of the roll. What's Waverly up to?
Waves is kind of just sitting there like, all right, Katrina, this was not what we were expecting when we stayed over here. Holy crap, a freaking goddess. Jesus. Vera and Isis might have been right about that, like, going home, you know? Like, no offense. Hey, easy. No offense. All right, I love you too, but also I'm dealing with a freaking goddess now. Like, this is a thing I'm too old for. I should have taken that retirement. Good.
She
Lord.
gives off the biggest sigh from her nostrils as you see steam emits. She's almost like a dragon. This basilisk keeps going.
Yeah, I know. We could have stayed home with Maya and Dan, but Dan's married now, and I don't want to be the best friend sleeping on the couch, you know? So it's that's weird. And then yeah, Maya always liked Dan better than me anyway, which is fine. I am not mad or anything. It's okay. It's just, this is a lot. I'm what, 50-ish? now. This is
Katrina like nods. Clearly understanding common.
we've spoken a lot. It's just like it's just a lot, you know? Like this is that one last ride thing. I'm calling it. After this, we're going well, we'll find Dan and we'll make a new home somewhere. Okay?
You feel like a bit more pep in Karina's step as she's very on the same page as you.
Alright, that's cool. Okay. So let's find these stinking gems, huck a goddess back into space, and get these kids home, okay?
And suddenly, as make an insight check for me, Waverly, and you can do so with advantage.
Ooh. See what that advantage looks like. All right, I will take the 10. 16 total.
Okay, you know Karina quite well, and you know that she sometimes has this prankster energy about her, and you feel that something bad is about to happen. And so that's all you get, as you get to make a dexterity saving throw as Karina suddenly disappears out from under you and goes back into your locket, sending you falling into the mud.
What?
Little girl. Okay, 17 plus 9.
All right, you don't take any damage, but you do fall and get quite dirty as your mount disappears.
Waverly, are you okay?
Yeah, just having a talk with Karina.
I'll summon a mage hand, so just like a spectral blue hand appears in front of you and holds out for to help you up.
Yeah, I'll take it and get up, and then Shaggy Dog, giving you guys an opportunity to catch up, because as there was a traffic jam, I did not stop at all. I just kept going.
Did she get dispelled? Do we need to keep an eye out?
No, she's being a little butthead.
Oh.
You can almost hear Florence like a from Waverly's locket.
Oh.
It's disturbing.
Anyway, how far away are we now? Looking around.
You're not far off. Go ahead and roll a survival check, and with advantage.
You're starting to suck, big guys. So. Yeah, I'll take that. 16 plus. Double check my survival. 6.
All right. So as you're looking around here, the dirt that's also on you is mixed with a bit of clay, making the roads and surrounding areas more of a pumpkin orange color. And this is matching the color of your vision. You feel like you're getting close.
Yeah, it's all right. We're almost there.
Do you want me to dispel the mud, or is it a tactical advantage?
To answer you, I'm gonna Shaggy Dog just right on you, and your steed. Oh no, I think I'm good.
Prestidigitate.
There you go.
Feel like it's like steam, like when you iron clothes, just like iron steam comes off of my clothes.
And the trees here, Florence, have changed their leaves from these deep greens to bright yellows to oranges. You're heading through this ombre nature area.
As we're heading through, Acacius is gonna pick a leaf and fold it in dry it in one of his notebooks.
Do we think that it is... You said that there were creatures of varying sizes. Do you think we should leave the horses tied up here and go on foot, or should it be safe?
Sure.
You feel
Insight
like
check.
you've definitely, Waverly, you've found the correct path. I mean, I'm honoring that nat 20. You've been avoiding all sorts of stuff on your way here.
Heck yeah.
The danger is all around you in terms of the Wicked Thicket is very dangerous. So if you were
Okay.
going to leave the horses, it would have been way back there.
Nah, you might as well keep them. Cause so I woke up, this morning feeling a little faster, than everybody anyway. Cause with my level 10, I got +5 to my speed and like
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait a second.
a few other things.
Sick.
I'm stronger. I'm faster. I've got more constitution. It's fine. Don't
Got
ask
sparkly skin. It's
In
fine.
$6 million man over here.
Skin of a
Yeah,
killer.
I rolled around in the mud and like came back refreshed and renewed. So yeah, like you guys stay on your horses, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. You guys can. I can keep up, like, or keep pace, and just I stay ahead of the pack with the as y'all follow me.
All right.
Nah. She wants to be a little butt. She's gonna stay in there.
It's just time out for her.
You put yourself in timeout, you're gonna stay in there.
I sort of whoosh the reins again, and I say, "Come, Cheval," and continue through the mud towards Waverly in Waverly's direction.
All right. Then pressing on, I need a perception or survival check from the party.
Crap.
Survivor perception.
Ah,
21.
not very smart.
Ooh, that was good.
Should
Got an
I
8.
should I immediately use my family luck?
No. Hey, whoa.
Just next, I drop dead next to
Yeah.
Hestia. 7
God.
from me.
The bugs eat you alive.
But is it a party check? Because there's other people who got that good though.
I did good.
Sorry.
Nature
I'm
boy knows
sorry.
nature.
Sorry, I'm doing math, so I'm just gonna throw it in the thing. I hate math.
Love math. It makes sense most of the time.
What's 23.
23.
All right. So that means that Acacius and Waverly are the first to notice this. It was just who would get highest.
Oh, okay.
You find as the trees around you do turn. Oh, my boobs popped out.
Tabletop Tiddies, everybody.
The
So
trees do
excited.
turn red around you, and it's about 2 minutes into this area now where you spot these large white stones up ahead.
I'll grab another leaf for my book. For my pressed flower book.
Pretty red leaf, very maple tree-esque.
I'm gonna check out the area to see. Yeah, I'm just checking out the area.
Pillars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's some kind of inscriptions on these pillars. If we got an Outlander situation going on here.
Yeah, you turn to the trees, the red trees, and begin, surveying the area with Waverly. And both of you can make an investigation check.
Oh, investigation. Don't mind if I do. I am not good at this. 13.
Do I get this one with advantage?
No.
Okay, cool. So 16 plus 5 is 21.
Okay. So both of you can tell that there aren't any sort of weird glyphs on the trees or anything, but the rain sort of like begins to subside in this canopy of red leaves. no. You do spot some markings of various like claws on some of the branches. Sticks have fallen to the ground that make the leaves turn to this like brown color, dry, if it weren't for the amount of rain that was falling from the sky. But you're just left with this empty clearing with the red leaves in both the trees and fallen onto the floor, and the white stones ahead of you.
Yeah. Can I identify those claw marks of what kind of creature that might have been, and like see how the if there's any tracks to determine like the size of the creature from like how the trees broke and stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me either animal hand. I'm going to say survival for this, actually.
Yeah.
While Waverly's looking around, Acacius like running their hand down one of the trees is gonna like whip their hair back and look at the party, be like, "There's something here."
Okay.
With that knowledge, I think Hestia will like almost forgetting that usually she would do it while you were on our journey, but we felt so safe. I had no inkling, but now that we've arrived, she closes her eyes and I'll cast a divine sense.
What does that let you see again?
Fiends,
Until the end of
undead.
your turn, you can sense anything affected by the hallow. Oh, sorry. Affected by the hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
Okay. Yes. Your eyes glow, Hestia. They glow white with this like radiant energy as you do clock something, and it is the white stone before you. This stone is quite large, and because of this ability, you're very aware, putting together with the vision from that you all experienced, the legend lore from Florence, Noxx's letter. This isn't just a stone that fell. This is her body. This is the skeleton. This is a skull of the goddess Akkadi here.
Sorry, really quick, is this the gem?
It
that
is
we
not
need
a
to
gem.
carry? Okay.
It is a bone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll walk over to the rock that is bone, and I'll lay a hand on, and I'll turn to the group and I'll say, "This is her."
Well.
Now that this has been pointed out to you, you can see the various placements of these rocky formations, and you see the beautiful outline. If you're looking up from above, like from a drone's eye view or crow's eye, you can see a fallen angel here. The red leaves of the trees that are on the floor almost decorate her wings here. And you know you're in the right spot. You just have to find that gem.
I got a 21 on my what kind of animal is here.
Yeah, you're familiar with this beast. It's an owl bear has got to be nearby.
Ooh.
Oh, those are fun. Yeah, y'all be on the lookout for an owl bear.
Oh,
It's
good.
exactly as it sounds. So
Excellent. Not dangerous at all, as I say, looking around very paranoid.
I'm just looking at the skull and sort of like looking around the group. Should I try to talk with her?
do it. So, no, sorry.
Honestly, would
go
be very
back to
curious if you got a response.
Have you
I'm
talked to
kinda
a goddess?
Can you?
I've talked to.
It-
No, never mind. I can attempt to.
I would just say err on the side of caution.
All right.
Yeah. You go for her, pal.
I've never attempted with something so large nor so old, but all right. And I will hop off of Chevelle literally just French for horse.
Wow, yeah.
And walk over to the closest part of the skull. And I will open the case and pull out a card that is blank. And I will put it onto the skull and sort of like look around nervously. Tell me your story. And I will cast Speak with Dead.
Everyone can feel the ground begin to rumble as the various bones in this clearing lift up into the air by about 3 feet. This creature is huge. These are larger than the dragons that you fought, larger than giants. These are the bones of a god, at least 100 feet tall. And she stays horizontal. Her body, the bones, her skeleton here hangs limply in the air. And the face turns to you, Florence, regarding you lifelessly.
I hold up 5 fingers. Kind of like stumbling back a bit. Do you know where a gem that we're looking for is? It's terribly worded.
Rib cage.
All right. What will happen when we return it to the fabled peak?
Ritual must be performed.
I think that's the dance thing.
Oh yeah, I pulled
It's
the paper. I'm
the-
like, the thing.
Also, is the skull's like mouth moving as it's
It's like
talking?
flopping, yeah.
Why did you fall?
Paul.
Paul? Paul?
Wait, is that a
I
question?
know Paul.
No, we're not
Paul,
asking
question
that.
mark?
We're not asking the question to you. That was directed at
I turn to the
you.
group and
I
say,
didn't cast the spell. It doesn't count for me.
there's a difference.
just here.
I sort of get like indignant towards the skull. There's a difference between inflection that sounds like a question when you are replying to the person answering the question instead of actually asking the question. It's part of conversation.
Don't argue with a god.
She's not in here. It's a memory of. I'm out. Anybody have any more questions for the
How
giant
many
skull?
more questions do we have?
2 more. Okay.
I think asking who Paul is a useful question.
Right.
Because if Paul made her fall.
I turn.
Freaking knew it.
I turn
Nope,
to.
nope.
Paul, no?
Okay, Paul.
There isn't, but like there could be lots of people named Paul.
That's
no,
true.
okay, no. Paul is the
Paul?
reason I'm here. All right,
Yo, you
Paul,
know Paul?
is the. Yes, I know Paul.
You know
Paul
Paul?
is the escape room guy. I thought we killed him.
Yo, this guy
I-
sounds like a dick.
Who's Paul?
Okay,
Oh, that
so
Paul. Right.
yeah, so don't. I'll tell y'all the whole story. Don't waste it on Paul. I know Paul.
What if it's a different Paul?
What if I ask how he accomplished this?
Yeah, how did he do
Ooh,
it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Is Paul a god?
How?
That's also a good question.
All right.
Also, like, how to kill the archdragon? I don't know. Maybe this
Oh,
god knows.
that's a good
Like, I don't know. How do we win? Like,
How do we win?
I will say. I
Your
will ask.
weakness.
I will ask the skull. How did Paul make you fall? Oh.
it rhymed.
Nice.
Dark magic. Completing dragons' bidding. Completing a ritual.
Mm-hmm. What is Marge?
Oh, good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. You didn't answer that in my letter. So,
Friend.
oh. God damn it.
Why?
Oh, tricky.
I don't even, you know what? That makes me think even she doesn't know.
All right, return to your rest, skeleton, and I'll grab the card that now has like a artistic rendering of the angelic skeleton, and I will put it into my
Once
case.
the rib cage falls, I'm gonna go look for that gem. I just don't want to get crushed by a rib cage.
And yeah, the bones settle back into their place, but now completely unearthed from those that were covered from leaves and dirt, and you see this blissful skeleton resting on the ground. You're able to crawl up, Noxx, along this rib cage, and you search, and it's not hard to find now that you know where to look. And you look under the breastbone of this rib cage, the sternum up under there, and you see
Excuse me, ma'am.
Take
a
me
place
for
that you're
dinner
familiar
Yeah.
visiting.
Noxx is a sternum man.
And you see it's got to be about a foot long, 2-inch wide gem, pale purplish gray in color, almost amethyst-like, with a slight hum and warmth to it as you approach.
I touch it and pick it up and take it to the group. Do I die immediately when touching this item?
You do not.
Amazing. Thank you, DM.
You're able to remove it from its casing here, and you're filled with a sense of reverence as it's in your hand.
Like, yo, this long crystally humming thing definitely looks familiar, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my bag, and I'm gonna move along.
Not to be confused with your other humming, warm, 1-foot-long stone.
Yeah, totally not.
No.
That's for
I
other
even
things.
made it amethyst colored. Wow.
What?
Purple skinned
What are we talking about?
Don't worry about
Are we
it.
not supposed to worry
Anyways,
about
Are we
Hestia?
doing?
I'm just wondering if this like crystal has like different settings or something. Anyways, continuing on, we need
I'm
some
gonna.
time.
I'll whisper to. I'll whisper to Hestia. They're talking about his penis.
Oh, wow.
Just so she's not frustrated.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Onward to Fabled Peak.
And as the party heads off to Fabled Peak, we are going to fast travel there as we take our break. Well, see you soon.
Loading screen.
OCO friends, it's CasperDaNBGhost, and I am here to talk to you about merch. Since our sweet new rebrand, the Tabletop Tiddies team has been hard at work updating our merch shop with t-shirts and blankets and mugs and hoodies and more that feature our awesome new logo, character art, and references from our shows. You can see it all at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com, where we frequently have great sales. So you'll know you'll be getting a good deal. I've had a hand in designing a lot of our stuff, so our merch is pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. So check us out at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. That is tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. And every time we say titties, you know it's with some double D's.
We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD academy.com. If you're watching Tabletop Tiddies live on Twitch, we wanted to take a moment to ask you to support the show by subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch sub a month, and we'd love it if you'd consider using that on us. Twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies is the only place to watch our shows live with other members of the Tiddy Committee. And by subscribing, you not only support the show, but also gain access to cool emotes like our sexy Bite Me, Glorious Marge, or brand new Horny Jail emotes. You can even gift subscriptions to other members of the Tiddy Committee to spread the love. Support the show and subscribe today at twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies.
Hello, everyone. We are back. The party has just found the soul gem of a god, continued traveling through the Wicked Thicket, and is now mounting the fabled peak. Mounting. Ascending is a better word.
There we go.
Yeah, we're children, so.
This is a cold area. The part that we skipped, you were able to stop off at a shop at the base of the peak to lend yourselves
Gift
some.
shop.
If you weren't Hestia, you need some heat to keep yourselves alive, as this is basically like a winter area. The snow is crunching underneath your feet as you continue making your way upwards. And I want to give everyone an opportunity to share what's this new outfit look like, if any. Perhaps you're using magic to keep yourselves warm. I don't control you.
You don't?
I'll pass it to Hestia first, because I did say you don't need anything, but did you want to buy something cool?
I think Hestia, knowing the general climate, was like, with my full plate armor and then a little bit of extra heat, she's gonna be just fine. But you'll notice, I think you'll notice that her nice fiery orange bronze plate is looks a little bit extra heated. Maybe don't give it a little touch, you might lose your fingerprint.
Char, I have a very quick question. How long do we assume this is gonna take?
Make you go freeze.
Let the fuck go!
Like it's a day, at least a day.
Shit.
Be like, listen, we can both get like some really nice like jackets that are like really stylish, and you can like flash
like-
everybody a man titty once in a while, just to
But
be
I
like, hey, you know what's under here?
But like,
For frostbite.
I want it. I don't want to lose my nipples. I spent money on getting them pierced.
Yeah.
The metal
But-
is going to freeze and get
I
colder.
know
It's
it's
gonna get
freeze,
real
but
bad.
I was like, if it's a quick hike, 1 hour, I can protection.
It's definitely
protect
not.
from
Look at how tall
elements and
this
just-
peak is.
I'm
Look how
pretty
tall.
spit. Maybe I can do it in an hour.
Look at this jacket, and you see, like Noxx is in like this
No.
really beautiful, like fur collar, long,
Nice.
like winter jacket, and he can still have his little like chest
I
like
mean-
vibe with the shirt underneath, but it's like you can tell he's cozy, warm. It's like really nicely fur lined, and it's got
my
like a nice
legs will be
poofy
okay,
fur
'cause
collar.
I got the fur, but like they
You don't have fur up here, bro.
they got any
Your
cropped
legs are
jackets? Can I get a cropped jacket?
Your
It
belly
doesn't have to
button's
be,
gonna
like,
be
super
freezing.
Fine, I'll get a full length jacket. Look like I don't know, a person who wears shirts.
Florence, help me find something that works for Acacius's vibe, so that
I'm gonna
his aesthetic
throw-
isn't completely ruined, because it's going to. He's never gonna shut up about it if we don't help him.
I'm gonna throw like an owl bear like skin jacket at Acacia. Just the biggest, fluffiest thing I could find. And tell him to put it on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could grow plants on it to give yourself more of the almost like a archdruid aesthetic.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be pretty cool.
I just don't want to wear it
You could like make
They do-
little
they do
flower
have-
nipples on it, like grow little flowers to like give the like appeal of like,
Yeah.
oh, you got nothing underneath and there's some little nipples. They're
They al-
flowers.
Yeah.
you
They also
know?
have those T-shirts that have abs printed on the front. You could wear the jacket and then wear one of those T-shirts
On
over top of
top.
it.
Yeah.
And you'll
yeah.
look like you're super jacked because it's just gonna be a little lumpy, but those are
Okay.
just your muscles bulging.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then I'm gonna Sharpie in my little nipple
Your extra
piercings on
six
top of the T-shirt.
Uh,
So I'm like, what is it? The Christmas a Christmas Story where he's wearing the like 4 jackets. And he's just, like,
Like,
over his
ridiculous, but everybody's super supportive, and you're just
Yeah.
like, you look so good, bud.
arm. Yeah. I'm very warm. Thanks, Waverly.
Um,
go ahead.
no, ladies first.
I'm assuming, based on the description of Noxx's sweater or jacket, this place sells Steve.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
among other things. But,
yeah.
but yes.
I think I will get just like one of those very like basic, like long trench coat kind of jacket, but just a massive like suffocating fur lining around the neck, as well as fur just on the wrist, just the little fur palms on the wrist. And it is still like the deep wine color.
The feminine version of Nox's coat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And the like big chonky like tie in the front as well. It looks very similar to my regular trench coat, only furred.
Ooh, mine's got like a buckle belt thing, so it looks kind of piratey in a way,
Nice.
but it's still like fur lined. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it
Um,
looks so good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I go like hybrid form, would that help me in this? Like,
Yeah, I would say so. You definitely sprout some more fur.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll want to risk it for the full trek. It's an extended period of time. It's up to you. I'll leave it with you, Casper, if you feel like that amount of hair is going to save you from like Everest conditions.
okay, so if it's well, I'm a dire wolf, so but still.
I feel like you need to be like full wolf.
Yeah.
Oh no, are they frozen? Or are you thinking?
No, I'm
Okay, you
good.
think it. You think it. You think it. It's all good.
This is a tough
I
call.
thought you were
know?
frozen, and I was like, oh no.
To jacket or not to jacket.
Well, no, because I also have
Wait.
Always jacket.
I have my cloak of protection on me, like always, right?
Yes,
So-
that is true. Your red cape is around you. I'll say that's enough. You don't have to change your aesthetic, Waves.
Okay, cool.
It's magical.
that works. Okay.
Acacius, your aesthetic is literally naked.
Shirtless, yeah.
Fine.
Maybe if you didn't shave your chest,
They're
you would
becoming
have.
a furry beast and have a thick cape on.
Yeah.
Every morning,
Wait.
Acacius in the river with the bick, just.
Wait, I think No, I got rid of them.
What happened?
Okay, so back when Katrina was just an egg, I had these stones that were always warm or whatever, and I got rid of them in my inventory.
Yeah.
You did.
Dang it!
Damn.
Dang it.
Those would have been
Those
useful.
would have been clutch.
That was like an incubator. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Probably turned it
Yeah,
into like a
cold
chair,
nose.
like at your house, like a warm
Oh,
chair.
yeah.
That's what I was sleeping on in my cave.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Y'all were freezing.
Pulling out of this flashback, we're mid-hike up the mountain now with the snow bearing down on you. Everyone's got that, like, you know, fresh out of Lord of the Rings one when they're on heading to Moria, and they've got like all the snow on their mustaches and everything.
Prestidigitation. I always look good.
Well, you look good and you're cold is what I'm trying to say. Your horses, I would say, cannot make it up this this mountain, so they're left back at the base of fabled peak. But eventually you do come across an opening to a cave that gives you some shelter to the elements here. And Acacius, you mentioned at the forest that you were keeping your eye out for any sort of like glyphs or things of that nature. And while it didn't come up there, you do see some markings in the cave here that do seem magical in nature.
I would like to toss my hair and then give it a look.
You
Yeah.
got snow in my eye.
Sorry.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh, I'm so good at this. 14.
All right. Yeah. You can. I just saw Sarah's message in chat. The nerve of Shar being like, "It's cold. Wear a shirt." Sorry, that distracted me. You notice you're able to put together, seeing these markings, that they seem. There's an aura of not magic to them, but religion to them. This feels like a temple is approaching in this area. You're certain that they are not glyphs of warding or other sort of arcane glyphs.
Do I see any Dance Dance Revolution style dance moves like we've seen on Noxx's letter?
Not yet. Dot dot dot.
Dot, dot, dot.
Ooh. Are these either infernal or thieves' cant by any chance? Can I read them?
No, they're
Okay.
not. Neither of those. But you can make a religion check if Acacius shares that they are religious in nature.
Anytime Acacius is looking at anything, the hair flick gives it away.
Oh, we're all just like, what you looking at?
Yeah.
But do you share if they're religious?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool. +0 to religion. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
That's a 15.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
you're on the right path. You know what you're doing. These are various religious symbols that are associated with Akkadi. And while they are not the ritual symbols that are on your letter, you feel like you're approaching the right area.
I'm like, we're going the right way. This is this giant lady's temple things.
More up or more in?
I think follow the path. We're going the right way.
Yeah, and as Noxx says that, he gestures towards the
That
glyphs that
way.
lead into the cavern of this mountain, which it does still have an incline, but you're away from the cold now.
Nice.
I'm gonna hold Rudolph out, just in case he decides to light up.
No.
Literally poke it with the stick. Does my stick light up? All right, yeah. I guess we keep going, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, then everyone heads in. And
Can I check for traps while we're going? Because I
Smart.
feel that
Sure.
this is a thing.
Go
that might
ahead
be-
and roll perception for me.
Yeah.
Can I help you? I'll be like, hey, what about that corner over there looks suspicious. You should probably check that one too. Also that
Okay.
one over there. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. That might be like a pressure plate or something. I don't know. You might want to check that one.
Woo! Natural 20, baby.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh.
god,
Plus 2.
second crit of the night.
Yeah, it's because I keep switching between my D20. Oh, yay.
Which means that you're certain that there are no traps in this area. You're with how difficult the climb was to get up here. This area feels basically relatively untouched, besides the glyphs and not glyphs. I shouldn't say glyphs. Symbols that are etched in the walls, which begin to sort of form into art pieces of Akkadi herself.
Okay. Okay. Hey, the goddess chick lady's got pictures up here, but everything seems to be like not trying to kill us.
You check that corner though, like that one.
Yeah, I checked the corner. Noxx. I
Okay.
I
I
can
was just
see.
checking. I was just checking. It just looked a little
I
sus.
can see in
that's
the
all.
dark,
It's all
but
good.
yeah, I got
I
it.
know. Okay, you're right. You're right. That's
We're
cool
good.
though. And I'll walk in.
And as you all head forward, you see that the cavern itself starts to lose its rockiness in nature as it begins to have more of this gemstone look to it. Amethyst stones line the walls, not as if placed there, but as if this entire mountain has a core of amethyst. Continuing on, you find a stone altar, marble-like in nature, smooth, long, and hard. There are small stone basins at each corner of this long slab, and a divot in the center that has a stain in it.
Sorry.
Can I identify the stain?
Yeah, Waverly. I think you can identify it without a roll. You can tell with your nose that this is definitely old blood dried here.
Very ritually.
Yeah, that stain is exactly what you think it is.
Yep. That's gotta. That checks out. I pull out the vibrator. I mean the goddess crystal thing, and I'm like, "What do we do with this thing?"
Is this where we do the dance?
Seems like a spot to do a ritual.
I would like to, if I could, grab the dance instructions.
Yes, by all means. Dance
Like-
instructor, teach us the ways.
Hey, it's like that time at the hillside pub. We got this. All right, everyone. One step with your right foot and grapevine and bow and grapevine and bow. Hold hands.
Is that actually what it said?
I'll do what it's. I will direct as per the sheet, but I think I would like to strongly suggest, Char, that it starts with that.
Oh, it does. That's all it is what you just described.
Wow.
Perfect, word for word.
Phenomenal.
How did we know to do this dance in the pub years ago?
know.
It's wild.
Is the pub a religion? Is this
We
the pub's
might have
religion?
been in a cult then. I think
Were we
maybe
in
it
a
was a good thing
cult?
we left. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of scary.
Good.
And as this dance begins to take effect, the gems around you, the amethyst stones, begin to have a slight glow to them. And unfortunately, they fade away as the dance is complete. And you are left with no feeling of reverence that you have missed a step to this ritual.
Okay, did we miss anything? Like, let's look at the picture. Is there anything else? Like, is there a place we're supposed to put this? I'm holding it. I feel like it's gotta go somewhere before we do the dance. Like, I'm just waving this thing around like it's like fucking.
But her soul, a gem of light, hidden in the wicked thicket night. Bring her back to the stars, we beseech, at Temple High, where heavens meet, I assume, to restore the powers that you seek. Return her soul to the fabled peak.
Is there like
That's
a slot
all I know.
I can stick this in,
Is
Char?
there-
Is
Well-
there like a little hole I can fucking
Hey,
stick it in?
Yeah.
You look back at the long, hard slab.
Yeah.
I
And-
cast grease.
oh my god.
Hey!
There are 4 candles on each end of on each corner of this table. There is a divot in the center that has the stain of blood inside it.
Do we need to add more fresh blood?
Oh,
Is that a thing in the steps?
Waverly, go in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'm a blood
No.
hunter. I walk up to
Go.
the thing and like
Wait,
do the.
wait,
I
put this,
do
I'm
whatever.
gonna put the thing in the middle of the slab, like where the blood was, like everything there. Like this seems like a centerpiece to this. I'm just gonna put it here.
But does like there need to be a person on the table when this happens? Like, is
Yeah.
that? Can I
This-
see? Is there anything on this? I would like to roll something.
You're
Please.
just like,
Some
roll
anything.
it, roll
Help me!
something.
I don't know.
No,
Can
I like just because I feel like, is there anything on this piece of paper that has like number of people in like what positions they're doing in this ceremony, or is it just like does it look like there's someone leading
Oh, is
the
it like
dance?
the
Is there
freaking thing we had to
someone,
do
like-
earlier when we were trying to get into the tower and then we couldn't figure it out?
I
and
don't
then
know.
The wizard was like,
Let's
"Do you want to know?
start.
Do you want to know
Start.
the real secret?" Like,
Art. What does it say? Is there multiple people? What is-
Okay, so you feel confident that you've done the ritual correctly in terms of what is featured on the paper.
okay.
You have not effectively assessed your environment.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Can
would
I?
like to assess the
Like
environment.
to. Careful.
Can I? Well, as everyone is like fussing over this piece of paper, and like Noxx puts the stone thingy in the
The middle,
The basin?
middle of
thing,
the
yeah.
basin thing. I'm like, okay, I've seen enough movies in my time and been around the block. Like, so can I just like cut my like a not even like my whole palm, just like a nick because the whole palm is just stupid. But like,
Agreed.
can I nick-
Using sound mind, you make a small incision in a part of your hand that will not be annoying for the rest of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. And then just like
blood drips on the
Yeah.
amethyst.
And then it's like, hey, Acacius, can you show me that dance thing again?
Yeah. All right, guys.
The four candles light up as the blood touches the amethyst stone.
Oh, mood lighting. Let's go. Okay.
Do we think those are the stars?
Maybe is it like sparkling in the amethyst around us, like stars? Maybe.
All right,
Yes,
everybody.
Noxx,
let's
Okay.
do
Yeah, we
it.
got this.
Time to dance.
And you complete the ritual once more. As this happens, everything around you begins to hum. You feel, I can't believe how erotic this became. But I really wasn't.
But you're good. You're good.
Like a slight
nice.
vibration in your body.
Long,
Don't let us ruin
like
this.
crystal.
You got this, Shar.
You all begin to hover in the air and are asked a question in your mind. And ironically, there was unanimous responses before people began to second guess themselves. So I'm going to take the unanimous response.
What?
Which goes to Hestia. Hestia, you are filled with power in this moment. You have been chosen. Lead on. You gain the ability to cast the teleportation circle spell as you have restored this goddess's soul back to her being. As all of you are in this moment, your consciousness is shared. Feeling the power soar through you, you all gain +1 to any stat that you choose. And I have to send somebody a message.
All mine are even. Damn it.
All of mine are even too.
Oh my god.
Can this be even if it's 20, DM?
Yep.
Oh, getting more charismatic by the day.
Damn.
Wait, which is the
God.
one that I need to like?
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What
Crap.
do I
You
do?
to become a ranger? I think you're looking for wisdom, aren't you?
Is it? I thought it was
Yes,
intelligence.
that's what I
I
want.
don't know. I can't remember.
You wanted to be smarter before. I think it was intelligence. We can sort this out after.
Yeah.
We're at the episode wrap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And as this moment occurs, you all float back down to your feet are on the floor. The room sparkles around you. And I toss the DMing baton.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, you all return to consciousness as a large circle of void appears before you in a puff of black feathers. A pale white arm with black talons at the end of each finger beckons you.
I look at Noxx. Is this our goddess babe?
It did Noxx. I think Noxx froze. Oh no, Noxx is frozen.
Noxx is frozen!
Marge has killed Noxx.
God!
Florence.
We'll go be right back. Be
All
right
right.
back.
We left off with the DM baton being passed, so it's my go. Suddenly, as you all return to consciousness, a large circle of void appears before you in a puff of black feathers. A pale white arm with black talons at the end of each of its fingers beckons you forward.
I would like to turn to Noxx and be like, is this the goddess? And I'll like look over at Florence too.
I never saw her unskeletoned.
This is something that hasn't happened in years because of what we just did.
A teleportation circle?
Methinks so.
I feel like we are supposed to go with it. If we can teleport now, we'll be fine. We can get out of here, wherever it's bringing us.
Hello? Are you coming?
Oh,
What?
are you a goddess?
No. But I need you to help me save the world.
Well, I guess that's all we need.
All right. Well, leader first.
Thank you. And I'll step through the teleportation circle.
Acacius is gonna look over at Florence and be like, leader first.
Oh, you didn't hear
I
that?
mean, like, she kind of, let's be real. Like, who she is. Like, she's the one who's kept us from fucking losing our minds this entire time.
Without a word, Waves is gonna follow Hestia. Just,
All right.
and they're gonna go.
I will follow tentatively and hello, strange raven creature. And step through.
I go through with sheer confidence, and I take off my jacket.
Nice! I will catch the jacket and put it in my bag just in case we find anywhere else cold, just in case you need it. And I will follow.
As the last of the Forgotten Guardians exits this void plane and you all rejoin on the other side, you notice that you are greeted with a bright light and it's not a natural light. The light is like the colors of the world around you seem off. Everything is too saturated, too cheery. It's just a little bit different. And that's where we'll leave you as you enter the Feywild.
Ah!
Yeah.
Florence just flips down those like shades that you clip to the top of your glass.
Your transitional lenses, they
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
change.
they go dark.
Oh,
wait. It's these guys.
Yeah. Florence
All
dies.
died.
Immediately, it's too cheery. Ugh.
Florence doesn't wear glasses. She wouldn't want to deprive people of this part of her face.
All right, Rachel, take it away.
Hey everybody! Thank you so much for joining us on this very special episode where we pass the DM baton. I'm so excited about this. I'm sure you can see
wait.
Casper is also very excited about this. Everyone's excited. I hope you are too. If you had a good time and you want to show your support, the best way to do so is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop tiddies. When you become a patron, you get access to so many different things, like our after show, our talk back episodes, which are only on Patreon. We're going to have one right after this, and we're going to talk about all the things that just happened. So if you are on Patreon already, stay tuned for that. That'll be up there. And if you aren't on a Patreon, what are you waiting for? Head on over there and you'll get access to all that kind of stuff. You'll get polls that affect the games as well. So cool. You should definitely go and check it out if you haven't already. We also have a merch store. If you saw this episode and you're like, yo, you know what? These guys are pretty cool. These character arts, so good. I want them all on t-shirts. This logo, so good. You can get all of them on t-shirts right now at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. It's not just t-shirts. You can get them on blankets, pillows, like mugs, all the things. Just go shop to your heart's content. It's so good. What else do I have? I did not have my script up because I don't need it. Socials! You should go and follow them because that's where you get all the things. Like when we're going live, all of the events we have planned. We had our charity event, and that's how we told you all about what was going on during our charity event. It's all at Tabletop Tiddies, so find us on all of the things at that, and we'll keep you posted on all things Tabletop Tiddies. Last but not least, we can also tell you all of the things on our website, and all of this information will be posted on there at tabletoptiddies.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's, my friends. And we will see you for Vampire, and we will see you next episode of D&D, where Casper will be DMing, and it will be so exciting. Bye-bye.
Bye.